This is TomoNews for Tuesday, June 20th. Family has a very sad Father's Day. What was supposed to be a fun Father's Day weekend took a sad turn when an Arizona family was told their beloved Bulldog had drowned at a Scottsdale pet resort. Prior to the tragedy, Matthew and Dina Spot brought their 6-year-old Bulldog, Matilda, to the Always Unleashed pet resort to have some fun on a hot Saturday. Before leaving Matilda with the pet spa staff, the couple repeatedly reminded them that Matilda couldn't swim. The staff told them they have other bulldogs and they know bulldogs can't swim. 2 hours later, though, the couple got a call from the pet resort explaining that a staff member working by the pool had looked away for a second, and when he looked back, poor Matilda was in the pool, dead. The sobbing couple told Fox 10 about the incident and how the dog was an important part of their lives. The couple believes the incident wasn't just an accident, and they say they think the spa was negligent. The pet resort owner said they were looking into the accident. Major heat wave to hit Southwest US. Cities in the Southwest are bracing for record-breaking high temperatures over the next few days, which may put the lives of some in jeopardy. High pressure will take hold in the atmosphere across the U.S. Southwest, creating a weather phenomenon known as a heat dome. In a high-pressure system, dense air sinks to the earth and traps heat near the surface. When heat is trapped, air quality deteriorates as well. Parts of Arizona and California are expected to reach record-shattering triple-digit temperatures next week. The temperature for Phoenix is predicted to hit 121 degrees on Tuesday. Locals say they'll stay in the pool to counter the heat. If you are in the area, don't forget to stay hydrated. Award-winning bullfighter killed by bull in France. An award-winning bullfighter has died after being gored to death by a bull on Sunday in southwestern France. He might have escaped the animal's horns had it not been for that thing all bullfighters use during bullfights: a cape. Ivan Fandino, a 36-year-old renowned bullfighter, was entertaining the crowd at the Arc Chula-Dua bullfighting festival in the town of Moudmassan. The champion matador was born in Spain's Basque region and fought hundreds of bulls during his career as he participated in this controversial blood sport. In his last fight, Fandino faced a 5-year-old bull named Provocito, which is Spanish slang for burp. As Fandino waltzed with the bull, everyone was sure he would conquer the beast. However, his cape got in the way of his footsteps, and the bullfighting maestro tripped and fell to the ground. A momentary stumble that gave the bull just enough time to plunge one of his horns into Fandino's chest. Fandino suffered puncture wounds to his heart, lungs, and kidneys, and died on his way to hospital. He leaves behind a wife and daughter. Fandino is the second Spanish bullfighter to die in the ring in the past 11 months.
Alaskan teen mauled by bear running down mountain. A 16-year-old running in an annual race near Anchorage, Alaska, suffered a gruesome death at the hands of a bear that he could not outrun. On June 18th, while participating in a local 3-mile race, Patrick Cooper was making his way down the side of a mountain trail when he was spotted by an unfriendly foe. Around 12:30, having veered slightly off the path, Patrick soon realized someone was on his tail, but it wasn't a fellow runner. It was an angry bear. Panicked and alone, running as fast as he could, the boy quickly texted his mother to let her know he was in trouble. Black bears can run up to 30 miles per hour, and traveling downhill, poor Patrick didn't stand a chance. The teen's body was found a mile away from the trailhead, where he was pronounced dead. The search for the bear is ongoing. Patrick's untimely death is one of 2 fatal bear attacks reported in Alaska since Sunday. On June 19th, 2 contractors were ambushed by a bear at an exploration site in Fairbanks, one of whom was killed. Cop fights to keep her job after dominatrix past revealed. An officer in Hudson County, New Jersey is hoping to hang on to her badge after being outed for previously serving as a dominatrix in a series of kinky bondage films. From 2008 to 2012, Kristen Hyman used to star as Domina Nix Blake, a sexual sadist who punished naughty boys in all sorts of ways. A struggling actor at the time, she insists she did it to make a living and explore acting in a fun, safe way. She also claims she never performed sex acts or displayed full nudity. She eventually decided to pursue another passion, trading in her whip for a baton and making a vow to use those handcuffs on the real bad guys to protect and serve. But just 6 days before graduating from the police academy, an anonymous tip came in about her past, and she was suspended without pay. What does a few gigs as a dominatrix have to do with protecting the public? Well, her bosses feel she's an embarrassment to the uniform, and her taking an oath of office would compromise the department's integrity. They also claim she lied on her job applications. Her lawyer refutes that claim, saying Hyman was a model, photographer, and actress. A judge agreed and reinstated her to the academy so she could graduate. However, an administrative hearing this week will determine if she deserves to serve.
Here's what we know so far about the London mosque attacker. More details have emerged about the terrorists behind the horrific act that killed 1 and injured 11 in North London on Monday. Darren Osborne, a 47-year-old father of 4, rented a van near his home in Cardiff, Wales on Sunday. He then drove more than 150 miles to Finsbury Park, where he drove the vehicle into pedestrians outside a mosque. When surrounded by an angry mob, he claimed the attack was for London Bridge and said he wanted to kill all Muslims. An imam reportedly stepped in to protect Osborne, insisting that the terror suspect be handed over to police. Osborne reportedly turned antagonistic towards Muslims in the wake of radical Islamist attacks on London. A neighbor he'd previously been friendly with claimed he hurled a racial insult at her son. The night before the attack, Osborne was thrown out of a pub for cursing out Muslims and saying he would do some damage. Authorities have begun investigating the detained suspect's past, searching his home and getting statements from people who knew him. He was not known to security agencies and did not appear to be actively involved in any far-right organization. Armed suspect dies after attack on police in France. Tourists watched in horror as an armed assailant rammed an explosive-laden car into a police van on France's iconic Champs-Élysées on Monday afternoon. A convoy of police vans was traveling along the Champs-Élysées around 3:40 p.m. when an assailant drove a car carrying gas cylinders, handguns, and a Kalashnikov assault rifle into the leading police van. French media reported that the assailant's car struck the van on its right flank and continued to push the van forward before skidding to a stop. The assailant's car caught fire and billowed orange smoke after the collision. The suspect reportedly exited the vehicle with a weapon, but died of his injuries before being able to inflict harm on anyone. The attacker has been identified as a 31-year-old Parisian, and not only was he reportedly known to police, but he was also on France's watch list. The attack is the second on French police this month, after a man used a hammer to attack officers who were patrolling the Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris on June 6th. ISIS has started using drones. The so-called Islamic State has gotten creative in the way it's attacking U.S. troops located in Raqqa, Syria. ISIS fighters reportedly have turned recreational drones into weapons by attaching artillery shells to them and then using improvised switches to release the shells. U.S. troops usually fight alongside the Syrian Democratic Forces, which sends drones into the battlefield. ISIS is reportedly launching their own explosive-laden drones after the SDFs appear in order to disguise it as a friendly drone. ISIS drones are said to be able to release 40mm grenade-sized munitions with a relatively high degree of accuracy. U.S. troops based in Mosul in Iraq are reportedly already equipped with anti-unmanned aerial vehicle devices in order to combat similar attacks. However, the terrorist group's increased use of improvised drones in Raqqa have prompted the Pentagon to consider also adding anti-drone equipment in Syria. The Pentagon has not disclosed what type of anti-drone equipment might be used if it boosts defenses in this regard.